Introduction to Immigration Reform. Immigration reform is a critical issue that seeks to address and improve a nation's approach to managing immigration, reflecting a complex interplay of legal, economic, social, and humanitarian considerations. As countries confront the realities of modern migration, the urgency of comprehensive reform becomes increasingly apparent. Immigration reform is a multifaceted and urgent endeavor encompassing a wide range of issues from undocumented immigration and statelessness to border security, labor exploitation, cultural integration, and human trafficking. The significance of immigration reform lies in its ability to address the multifaceted challenges and opportunities associated with immigration. By creating fair, efficient, and human policies, immigration reform can improve the lives of undocumented and stateless individuals, enhance economic growth, ensure border security, promote cultural integration, and combat human trafficking. Effective reform requires a balanced approach that respects national interests while it's all upholding the rights and contributions of immigrants. As countries work towards comprehensive immigration reform, thoughtful and inclusive policies are essential for fostering just, secure, and thriving societies.
Hi, so here I'll be introducing a bit about the demographic profile in Sabah. So first we can take a look at it from its geographical standpoint. So Sabah is located in the northern part of Borneo. It is also it also borders Sarawak to the southwest. And then it also is quite near to the southern part of Kalimantan. In terms of population, we can see that Sabah is very diverse. We have Kadazan, Dusun, Bajau, Murut, and Chinese making up for the major ethnic groups present in Sabah. And then when it comes to the significant or impact of immigration, we can see that mainly the immigrants are made up of Philippines and Indonesia. Moving forward to the economic contributions of migrants, it comprises of four main contributions, which is labor, economic benefits, local spending, and economic impact, and lastly is the challenges and policy needs. When we look at the labor contribution, we can see how mainly the migrants are into agriculture plantations in all of these labor-intensive sectors, I would say. And then when it comes to economic benefits, it's like it supports high productivity and expansion, and the cost-effective labor because the immigrants or migrants would normally work for less salary compared to our own people. And then when we take a look at the local spending and economic impact, migrant spending increases demands for goods and services. So in a way, it's good for our economy as well. And then when we look at the challenges and policy needs, we can see that how the wage disparities, the working conditions, especially considering there's a lot of health hazards for the migrants.
Moving on to the objectives, we can see that the three main objectives are assessing the importance of immigration reform in Sabah, and then identification of the root causes, and lastly is the evaluation of the proposal.
So for the background, we will start with Sabah's immigration history and reforms. So indigenous populations like Dusun and Chinese immigrants in the 19th and 20th century make up Sabah's immigration history. The Royal Commission of Inquiry investigates illegal immigration issues, focusing on factors like blue ICs, social implications, and stateless foreigners. Unique immigration rules in Sabah and Sarawak ensures only positive contributors enters its borders. Despite specific immigration rights granted in 1963, Sabah still requires reforms to address illegal immigration. So for historical background, first indigenous groups settled in Sabah before 1878, contributing to the state's cultural diversity through intermarriage and regional mobility. The British North Borneo Company administration promoted immigration, particularly from China, contributing to infrastructural development and mining operations. During post-World War II, harsher immigration limits were enacted to manage population mobility. During the post-colonial period, it saw the formation of Malaysia, implementing stronger federal immigration rules to regulate movement between Sabah and other states. So the first challenge and issues is undocumented migration, which refers to the movement of people without proper legal papers or authority, including entered without inspection and overstaying. Vulnerable immigrants face potential enforcement threats due to policy changes or personal situations. The term undocumented is often more preferred rather than illegal to avoid any criminal implications, as entering a country without proper papers is generally an administrative infraction. Due to undocumented migration, it can lead to several issues like social tension, where the flood of unauthorized migrants can strain resources and increase competition for jobs and housing. It can also give rise to exploitation, where companies are more likely to exploit undocumented workers due to their lack of legal status. It can also lead to intermarriages between migrant groups and local populations, which can blur the boundaries and can complicate the migratory situation.
And for the next current challenges and issues is statelessness, in which Sabah's histories of migration from neighboring countries has led to a significant population of undocumented migrants. And the lack of clear immigration policies, also socioeconomic disparities between migrants and local strange resources and infrastructure, creating a tension that complicates immigration, and the absence of comprehensive data on statelessness impedes evidence-based policymaking, hindering effective solution to the problem. And the last one is adopting a holistic approach that addresses legal ambiguities, socioeconomic strains, and promise inclusive policy is crucial for the challenges of the statelessness in Sabah.
Hello, my name is Mohammed bin Ismail, so I'm going to talk about current challenge and issues for border security in Sabah. Sabah, surrounded by the Sulu Kelby Sea, is vital for trade and migration, but also face significant security issue as seen in the 2013 Lahadatul standoff, highlights the region geopolitical importance. This strategic location makes Sabah vulnerable to cross-border crime, smuggling, and illegal immigration due to its vast coastline and land borders, further complicated by informers within local communities who aid criminal and groups like Abu Sayyaf, exploiting the geography for criminal activities. In response to these threats, Malaysia increased marine security, built military bases, and bought new helicopters after the Lahadatul standoff incident, while also encouraging community involvement for early detection and prevention of security risks. However, addressing border security in Sabah also involves understanding economic disparities that drive illegal activities and unique challenges posed by cultural practice like the Bajau Laut migratory lifestyle, with Sabah geography offering natural hiding place for criminals. To efficiently address this complex security concern, a comprehensive strategy is needed, combining strengthening security infrastructure, community involvement, and solution to socio-economic issues informed by past experience to ensure a security and prosperous Sabah.
Hello, I will be presenting about the labor exploitation in Sabah. While labor exploitation is a common issue, the situation is even more dire in Sabah. Due to the reliance on migrant labor to fill shortages in various sectors, for example, the palm oil industry, there are numerous reports of forced labor and even human trafficking. Due to Sabah's porous borders and informal employment structure of smallholder farmers, Sabah is now home to many undocumented migrants from neighboring countries such as Indonesia and the Philippines who work in these plantations. These migrant workers face poor working conditions on a daily basis, such as receiving low wages for long hours of work, and often lack access to basic rights, including healthcare. They are at high risk of work-related injuries. The migrant workers are also at a disadvantage to welfare as they may be unfamiliar with the healthcare system, language barriers, and the lack of rights awareness. They may also lack the necessary knowledge, skills, and resources for safer, better-paying jobs. It doesn't help that their employers often neglect their health and safety needs due to the workers' temporary status.
Integration between cultures provide benefit as well as drawbacks. Conflict across cultures could be one of the biggest challenges. Due to variations in values, beliefs, and customs, there are possibilities that miscommunication and conflict will arise when people from different cultures gather together. Another challenge is potential bias. Minority culture members may experience discrimination and marginalization in societies that do not completely embrace their cultural customs. They may find it difficult to fully participate in society as a result of social isolation. Integration issues can occur as a result of social isolation. Integration issue can occur when there is a dependency between an individual's proposal norms and values and boasts of the host nation. People who relocate to a foreign nation frequently experience the condition known as culture shock. Certain integration problems are simpler to solve with education. However, for some people, this is an insurmountable problem. Urge folks to go back their home countries or just hang out with people that are similar to them. A comprehensive approach that incorporates legal help, communities involvement, employment assistance, and language associate is necessary to overcome obstacles to cultural assimilation. Societies that adopt policies and programs that encourage inclusion and address the particular needs of immigrants can foster a more vibrant and cohesive social fabric.
Human trafficking is one of the current challenges that we are facing in Sabah, and it is mainly due to these three factors, as you can see here, which is like the geographical factor, due to how close we are to Philippines and Indonesia. Second would be the economic dependence on foreign labor because they work more for less. Lastly is the lack of education and awareness. It's like how the public and potential victims are unaware of trafficking dangers and the assistance options that is available to them.
So the proposed reform for undocumented migrants is the regularization program for undocumented migrants in Sabah, Malaysia. This program aims to provide valid work permits to undocumented immigrants in Sabah, Malaysia. The program faces challenges such as verification and documentation, the length of stay, logistical challenges, and potential exploitation by middlemen and brokers. So, to address these issues, the program could be streamlined where mobile outreach clinics established in areas with a large migrant population, community engagement with community leaders and NGOs, and strong enforcement of anti-corruption laws.
And the proposed reform for the issues of statelessness is birth registration and citizenship guarantee. The proposed reforms for birth registration and citizenship guarantee in Sabah aim to address the entrenched challenges of statelessness and immigration. And birth registration is pivotal for establishing legal identity and ensuring access to rights and services for all children that born in Sabah. And next is citizenship guarantee, provides a pathway to legal recognition and integration into society for long-term residents, including stateless individuals.
From proposed reform, integrated security management system. Multiple security measures should be the first step in Sabah border management plan, with local police and military forces working together to establish a strong security network. Utilization of new technologies enable continuous monitoring to Sabah coastline and forests, increasing precision in identifying and stopping illegal activities. Addressing the economic divide between Sabah and neighbor region is crucial. Implementing socio-economic initiatives like job creation, education, and infrastructure improvement can reduce financial incentive for criminal activities, thereby enhancing border security. Effective border management requires cooperation with neighbor countries through intelligence sharing, joint patrol, and coordination enforcement. Engaging local communities in security operation foster a sense of shared responsibility and regional stability. Community members can provide valuable local information and early warning about suspicious activities, enhance the overall effectiveness of border security measures.
In order to overcome labor exploitation in Sabah, the proposed reform is to enact the Migrant Worker Protection Act. The main goal of the Act is to protect the rights and welfare of our migrant workers. The Act will clearly outline the migrant workers' rights and responsibilities, as well as establish clear recruitment and conflict resolution procedures, such as the involvement of licensed recruitment agencies to uphold ethical standards, provide detailed and easily understandable employment contracts, enforce an accessible and user-friendly complaint system for rights breaches, provide legal services and support to assist migrant workers, and impose strict penalties on employers who violate the Act.
Community integration initiatives that aim to guarantee equal opportunities, foster understanding among various cultural, social, and economic groups, and close gaps between them are the main emphasis of the proposed reforms, aimed at removing certain barriers to integration and promoting cohesive communities. These improvements include various programs such as Environmental Justice Initiative and Inclusive Community Center. Community integration programs aim to create inclusive, vibrant, and supportive communities by meeting the many needs of constituents and promoting tolerance and understanding among them. This modification can help in the development of a more stable and united society. The benefit of the more cohesive and inclusive community outweigh the need of collaborative and structured approach needed to implement this project.
As for the proposed reform is to have international cooperation. So how do I mean by this? Is that when we have international cooperation, we can have more effective border control and international collaborations. We can also share our intel with the neighboring countries and so forth. And at the same time, we can also establish a victim support and rehabilitation centers. Lastly, it's like to strengthen the law enforcement and stakeholders, since we have shared knowledge and training programs through the international cooperation.
The outcome and impact would be enhanced security through the regularization program for undocumented migrants in Sabah. The first impact it will lead to is increased visibility and control. By registering illegal migrants, it allows authorities to monitor and identify potential security risk. Next, it enhances cooperation. Regularization boosts trust and cooperation between undocumented migrants and law enforcement. It can also reduce black market activity. Regularization eliminates dependence on underground marketplaces, potentially reducing criminal activities. And the last one is improving border management. Regularization of existing undocumented migrants can allocate resources towards border security procedures and prevent future illegal immigration.
The next one is the outcomes and impact for statelessness, which is legalization and integration. First of all, the legalization and integration initiative in Sabah's immigration reform offer a transformative outcomes with broad impacts. Challenges include establishing effective governance structures, navigating legal frameworks, and fostering community trust. And the last one is collaboration among government, civil society, and stakeholders is crucial for equitable implementation and broad-based support for reform.
An increase in intercultural tolerance and understanding is one of the main outcomes of community integration initiative, as its wider impact on social cohesion, such as multicultural gatherings and inclusive community center. Through event, language exchange programs, and initiative aims to foster a greater appreciation of diversity by providing a platform for individuals to engage with people from diverse cultural backgrounds. The goal of the program is to create stronger and more cohesive communities where people can thrive and work together for a better future.
Outcome and impact labor market stability. Developing comprehensive immigration reform will stabilize the labor market in Sabah, resulting in a more stable and productive workforce in key sectors like service, construction, and agriculture. Formalizing and safeguard migrant labor ensure legal protection, reducing exploitation and abuse. This enhances Sabah's reputation for respecting human rights and ethical labor practice. Promoting cultural integration efforts reduce tension and foster mutual understanding and respect between local population and migrant. Regularized migration ensure a stable labor supply, addressing labor shortage and enhance market efficiency. Legal protection maintain fair wage and work condition, benefit both local and migrant workers. Improve border management and international cooperation, reduce illegal migration and related crimes. enhance regional stability and safety, which are vital for economic activities and community lives. Engaging local communities in security and integration initiatives build trust and cooperation between citizens and authorities.
How will the advocacy of better treatment of our migrant workers benefit our economy? Here are some factors. Fair treatment and good working conditions. This will protect our migrant workers against exploitation and mistreatment, leading to an increase in productivity with incentives to work harder. Formalizing industries. This brings industries under regulatory supervision. This will ensure compliance with labor laws and result in higher tax revenue and improved economic transparency. This will also integrate businesses operating in the shadows into the legal framework. Access to essential services. This will provide migrant workers access to healthcare and social welfare benefits, and it improves overall well-being and productivity. Happy and healthy workers contribute better to economic growth and development. Boosting consumer spending. Fair wages increase the disposable income for migrant workers. This will boost consumer spending in the local economy that will lead to higher demand for goods and services. This will overall prompt business growth, job creation, and overall economic improvement. Legal ways for conflict resolution. This provides legal ways for migrant workers to address disagreements, ensures workers can operate without fear, and contribute to productivity and economic stability in the region. Overall, advocating for our migrant workers will create a more organized and equitable labor market. This will also drive economic growth, foster social stability, and it can also serve as a model for other regions. This demonstrates broad economic and social benefits from protecting migrant workers' rights. That's all, thank you.
Okay, so lastly, as we come to the outcomes and impact part, we can see that the proposed reform can actually improve the international cooperation as well. It is through the intelligence sharing and law enforcement cooperation. Yes, and then next would be like the standardized victim identification processes. We just do not like send them back home. Instead, we have like a proper protocols to follow for the migrants instead of just sending them like back. Yeah, and then next is lastly, I would say that one of the biggest impact would be the enhanced social cohesion and economic stability, due to we having like more synergy among other neighboring countries and so forth.
In conclusion, Sabah immigration reform needs a comprehensive approach to address socio-economic and security challenges. The reform aims to legalize undocumented immigration, improve border control, protect migrant workers, and promote cultural integration. Legalizing undocumented migrants reduce their vulnerabilities to abuse and help integrate them into Sabah economic and society. Improved border management includes using advanced monitoring technologies, increasing border patrol, and enhancing diplomatic ties with neighboring countries for intelligence sharing and coordinated operations. Laws like the Migrant Worker Protection Act ensure fair treatment, wages, and working conditions for migrant workers. Importance of immigration reform in Sabah. It is crucial for Sabah due to its unique geographical and socio-economic context. Legalizing and protecting migrant laborers ensure fair wages and working conditions, boosting economic growth, and preventing the undercutting of labor standards. Protecting migrant rights and promoting cultural integration reduce social tension and enhance community well-being. Ensuring migrants have access to basic rights align with the international human rights standard and promote social justice.